Started here momentarily, folks. We have Ren versus Brady today. And we are going to check delays here. Let's see. That's a 3 or 4 second delay, so we're good. Taking care of suspensions here right now. You got to make sure that you arrive on time and check in for your duties. Ref is calling a start here, so we will move into this scene. Going fresh for some volleyball here tonight in West Valley. The time is 7:58.09. We're a little bit late, I believe. A lot late, actually, 15 minutes. But we're going to get started real quick. Brady is getting on the court with the binder here. I don't know if he's allowed to do that. But he's definitely getting that. He requested a commentary here, and I'm going to commentate this here. looks like Brady will be playing a ghost player, or two maybe. Missing out on a couple of his best players. This might be the time he is finally defeated. Jared Freeman on the serve. And Brady puts that over, scoring the first point of the set. Jared Freeman returned the service line. Craig on the receive. Tate setting up Ben Jackson. Blocked by Reynolds. And put back over by Wren, and can't be saved by Jared Freeman. Oop, gave that the wrong score. Wren scoring his first point of the set. We have Tate Jenkins on the service line. Tapping that in the front for Charles. Brady tapping out with both hands. David Young on the save from Wren. Good in there. And Reynolds is heavy on that net, giving Wren another point. Tate Jenkins returning to the service line. There's the serve. Brady setting up to Charles, who is tapping that over. Wren over to Tate, tapping that over. And Brady missing that on the take. Another point to Wren. Tate serve. Tate tapping that net when Brady was ready, but so was Wren as he spikes off of that dig. Another point to Wren, 4-1. Tate on the serve. Brady on the two-hand receive. Charles setting up Brady. Coming in for a response. Tate on the receive, but that going into the ceiling. Giving the ball back to Brady. Reynolds. Lewis Reynolds, I believe, on the serve. Lewis tapping it onto the tape. David tapping that over. Saved by the libero. Charles to Brady with a spike. With such casually spiking that down. Point to Brady. Brady catching up with only 5 players on the court. Lewis Reynolds on the serve. Putting it into the tape, but onto the wrong side of the tape. Point to Wren. And we have Kay Taylor on the serve. Floater, and David can't really get that with a two-handed receive. Should have had that platform. Kate on the serve. Possibly another floater. Nope, a top spin. Charles attempting to set down. Jared trying to save that, but can't. Point to Wren. Wren pulling ahead, up forward. Kate on the serve. Top spin. Charles tapping that over with a 7. Craig putting it over. Jared saving it from the back row. And Brady two-handed there. With Ben Peterson heavy in the net there. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the serve. Putting that into the net, thinking that he could use all of his 8 seconds, but didn't. Point to Wren. Ben Peterson subbing in for Landon, or doing the libero sub in so the libero can serve. Oh, I should probably. Charles Jenkins. Putting that up into the blockers on Wren's team. Let me double check that I have my delays on. Oh, and we have some connectivity issues for some reason. It says we are still going. That was a Riker killing it past the blockers, going to Wren. I'm going to double check I have the right score. Charles tapping that a couple of different times. Point to Ren. Brady not doing so hot this set. We'll see if he can come back. Landon on the serve. David on with a setter's dump right in the right place. Point to Brady. Brady Jenkins on the serve. Jump top spin. Charles and set. Jared going for a joust, but he cannot take it against two of the Jackson brothers. Point to Ren. Ren Jackson on the serve. Captain the captain on the response here. Jump serve into the net there. Ren obviously hasn't perfected his jump serve the way Brady has. David Young on the service line. Taking a two-handed receive. Killing it out of bounds. Point to Brady. David Young on the service line. Serving it into the front row. Tate barely being there. And there's some shenanigans happening there where they just kind of put it on the line there. Brady's team is not ready for that. Craig Jenkins on the service line. Serve. A little bit of losing power there. Lewis put it in the block for a reset, but not really taking advantage of that reset. Jared setting the other team. Punter in. Brady could definitely use a timeout here. He is not a great start to the set. Down serve from Craig. A little bit more power on that one. Setting in the back row. Brady into the tape and the blockers. Point to Ren. Craig Jenkins on the serve. Jump serve, for a spin. Top spin, a little bit better. Jared ready for the net, but not able to control that. Point to Ren. Brady taking a well-needed timeout to figure out how they're going to play this set with only 5 players. I'm going to double check I have the right score here. Stay tuned. Ren. Brady is really hurting without two of his attackers. Craig with a jump serve. Can't quite get that one over. Point to Brady. Ghost player. Yeah, because of a ghost player, then Brady will lose the serve there. Bringing in Ren 18. 10-point lead. Riker Jackson on the serve. Floater to the back row. Brady tapping that over with 2 hands. Brandon Jackson not able to bring that back over. 18-9. 9-18, Brady. Jared Freeman on the serve. Oh, that was definitely double contact on Cade Taylor there. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the serve. Cade on the receive. Tate setting up Cade. On the block. Brady there to save it from the floor, but not the ceiling. Point to Ren. And refs are, and looks like there is Ren because of a rotational fault. Let me make sure I have the right one here. There's some stuff happening here. All right, Brady is set. Charles setting it out. Ren there. I'm going to double check on the score real quick. That score is correct, but we're going to take another timeout here. Grayson, if you had to guess, how many sets have you guys lost this season? Sets, yeah. I know you're undefeated so far. I'll put that out there real quick. And they're ignoring us, folks. I don't think they know. No fun fact. 4 or 5 or less is what he's saying. Incredible. That means this is going to be devastating if Brady can't bring this ahead. Red dumped that onto the set, onto Charles Jenkins. Ben Peterson not able to spike that over the net. Point to Brady. Lewis Reynolds on the serve. Standing serve over the net, the back row. Ben getting that over the net, but the blockers are not letting him have it. Charles setting Brady, and Brady tapping it over blockers. Ben Peterson tapping that into the net. Point to Brady. Lewis Reynolds on serve. Craig on the receive. Take set K. K tapping it over David. We couldn't quite get ahead of that one. Point to Ren. 20-13. Kay Taylor on the serve. Right off the tape there. Charles sending it over the tape again. Ren, there's a lot of setter dumps right here. Thank you, Brady, for no more setting over. Point Brady. Charles Jenkins on the serve. Serve right there. There are some incredible digs here. One going around the antenna, and another from Jared Freeman. There we go, resetting everything now. Cade setting somebody, but nobody was there to take it. Ren taking responsibility. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the serve. Standing floater. And that receive going over the net and out of bounds. Point to Brady. Charles on the serve. Landon on the receive. Take setting Craig there. And Brady putting that over the net. And that will go out of bounds to Ren. Point to Ren. Barrel Landon Sanders on the serve. Brady on the receive. David setting up, and with a monster block from Riker. On Brady, they're incredible. Point to Ren. Make sure that point went through. Brady on with a response, fixing that previous mistake. Point to Brady. So that point did go through. Brady Jenkins on the serve. Floater, jump floater. Can't quite get that there. Service ace for Brady Jenkins. He'll return to the service line. Craig on the two-handed receive on that one. Riker putting it over. David setting up Jared. Went to the block, saving himself kind of. And Brady setting that over. Tate on the dig. Wren putting it over for a free ball. Brady. David with one-handed set. And Brady two-handed putting it out of bounds. Brady, Ren Jackson serve. Jump serve would have been out of bounds. Lewis putting it two-handed. Charles unable to save that. Point to Ren, bringing him to set point. 24-18. Ren Jackson to serve. And messing up that was serve there, but it was able to get it in. David putting it to Brady. And Brady putting out to the right into the blocker, calling a lift as he went down with the ball. David Young on the serve. There. Ren up to Craig. Brady on the receive there. Let's see Craig setting up Craig, who is not going to take that one. Ren setting up Riker. Riker putting it up, and Lewis putting it over. They're going to the refs are going to discuss whether or not that's a reach. I kind of think it might have been, but nope, they are not going to call that there. We point to Brady, 20-24. David Young on the serve. Kate on the receive. And my view is blocked here, so I'm not entirely sure what is happening. Brady, at that point, going to Brady. David on the serve. Grayson. We have Brady Jenkins on the receive there. Jared putting it over. David up to Jared, up to Brady. Off of the block. Landon for giving Brady a free ball. Jared returning the favor with a free ball. And then Ren setting up Riker. Jared setting up, not quite putting it where Brady wanted that. Ren Jackson winning the set there. 25-21. Brady going to re-up his lineup now that he doesn't have his suspended players suspended. And Ren might just do a lot of the same thing. We will see when we come back. get started right on the second set. Tonight we'll see if Brady can come back or if Ren's going to take it. We're going to have Ren on the serve. Ren Jackson's team to serve, and Tate Jenkins on the service line. We're going to make sure we have all of our rotations in order. Brady playing with a full team now, it looks like. And the refs are probably in just about as much disbelief as I am that Brady lost that set, but they want to be thorough, I suppose. And they are going to reset the rotations. Stand by, folks, as we continue to get this started. We are ready to go and take on the serve. Reynolds on the receive. Bailey spiking through the blockers. I receive. Charles not able to get it over the net. Point to Ren. Tate Jenkins returning to the service line. Tate serving that out of bounds, giving Brady his first point of the set. Reynolds on serve. Tate setting up Peterson. And we have Bailey putting that over. And Peterson putting that one over. And Charles Jenkins putting that on the wrong side of the net. Going to Ren. A little bit of a mishap. We have Cade on serve. Dave Young on the receive. Grayson over to Jeremy, who was not sure if he should use one or two hands. Brady on the receive. Charles to Grayson. Into the block. Charles unable to save that one. Ren. Point to Ren. Cade on Taylor on the serve. Dave Young on the receive. Getting it over the net, and the blockers not knowing what to do with that. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. Craig on the receive. Cade over to back to Craig. Tapping that over. Charles also tapping it over. Brady two-handed set over. Brady, and just a bunch of wildness happening at the net, ending with blockers overpowering Charles. Point to Ren. Landon Sanders on the service line. Jeremy Bailey on the receive. Brady taking over for his setter. And Ren Jackson not knowing what to do with that. Point to Brady. Despite some mistakes, there's still a close game. Charles Jenkins on the service line. Tapping that right into the front line. Ren trying to one-handed save that. Unable. Charles Jenkins tying it up. He will return to the service line. Charles with a hard serve, received by Craig. That was a super spike from Brady, set by somebody. Not entirely sure. But Brady taking the lead. Charles Jenkins back to serve. Craig Jenkins on the receive. Saved by Landon. Cade tapping over for a free ball. And the setter unable to get that to his own team. Ren takes advantage of that, putting it over. Ren Jackson up on the service line. Bailey on the receive. David to Brady. With 3 blockers touching the net, it looks like. That'll be a point for Brady. Grayson on the serve. Jump floater from Grayson. And Ren attempting a back set. Point to Brady. Let me make sure I have that score right. Grayson on that serve. Tate not quite able to spike that, and Brady not able to set that. Ren, point Ren. I was befuddled as you are, probably. Craig Jenkins on the serve, jump serve. A little bit low toss on that one. One-handed set from David Young up to Brady tapping over. And Riker hitting it into the blocks on his own side. Point to Brady. Brady Jenkins on the serve. Craig on the receive, giving a free ball to Brady. Lewis Reynolds pulverizing that free ball by letting it go out of bounds. Point to Ren. They're going to do substitutions. What a terrible time to go out after that mistake. Riker on the serve. Charles Jenkins, receive. Jeremy setting across the court to Jared, and there is someone in front of me, so I'm not sure what is happening. I did see Cade killing that on Brady's side. Point to Ren. Riker Jackson on the serve. Out of the back row, Charles on the receive. With an incredible spike off of the blocker into out of bounds. Point to Brady. David Young on the service line. Standing floater from David. Tate giving something less than a free ball. And then Brady giving it right back to Ren. Setting up Cade for spike. Someone was on that receive. It was pretty cool. Tate setting up Ben, tapping over the blocks. And David putting it out of bounds. Point to Ren. And Tate Jenkins will go to the service line. Grayson Taylor on the receive. Charles putting it over. And we're going to call a double contact on somebody on Ren's team. Point to Brady. 10-9. Jared Freeman on the serve. Ren Jackson on the receive. Tate over to Ben. That does not quite touch the ceiling. Receive for Jeremy. Back to Charles. And there is a lot happening at the net there. Jeremy Bailey hitting it out of bounds. Point to Ren. Tying it up 10-10. Cade Taylor on the serve. Brady Jenkins on the receive. Charles up to Grayson, tapping it into the block on there. And then be able to reset and be able to put that back over. Charles to David. Three unable to get it over. Point to Ren. Cade Taylor on the serve. Jared Freeman on the receive, putting it in the ceiling, giving Cade a service ace. Point to Red. putting it over, or Charles putting it over, excuse me. Ren spiking it into David's receive. Charles, not quite setting it high enough for Brady, putting it into the net. Point to Ren. Kate Taylor on the serve. Brady on the receive. Charles to Grayson. Off of the block of Ben Peterson. Brady unable to cope with such an incredible block. Point to Ren. Kate on the serve. Brady on the receive. Charles to Jeremy from the back set. And there was some shenanigans with the blocks there, ending in the result of Brady receiving the ball. Excuse me, Brady serving it. And Jeremy Bailey will do that serve. Landon on the receive. Tate back set to Ren, who was a little bit not expecting that. And Brady responding with the backside of his own to his brother Brayson. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the service line. Landon on the receive. Tate over to Craig. With Brady Jenkins knowing exactly where that was going with a monster block from Brady Jenkins. Incredible. Jeremy on the serve. Cade on the receive. Tate saving that receive. And Landon unable to save that save receive. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. Landon on the receive. Tate back set to Ren, who was received by Jared. Grayson tapping it over. And Tate unable to straighten out that receive, goes out of bounds. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. Landon on the receive. Tate tapping it over with one hand. And coming back over, and Ben tapping over one hand. And Ben is able to monster block Brady Jenkins. Point to Ren. Close game, 15 to 15. Landon Sanders on the service line. In the front row. Charles to Brady to Grayson, tapping it over for a free ball. Landon Sanders assuring that. And Riker spiking it out of bounds with a point to Brady. Both teams are fighting for the lead. And Charles Jenkins will serve. Taking all 8 seconds. I didn't see who pursued that was, but it went to Ren, who hit it out of bounds. Point to Brady, getting a 2-point lead. Charles Jenkins returning for the 3rd time to the service line. Once again, they're taking all 8 seconds, as he should, as Craig unable to receive that. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins laughing at that third serve. Tate on the receive. Tate to Riker, putting it over with a two-handed set. And Brady setting up David, who can't quite get it over the net. Point to Ren. Ren Jackson on the serve. Jump with a little bit of top spin. Receive to Charles Jenkins. Point to Ren. Ren Jackson on the serve. Jared Freeman on the receive. They're calling that a double hit. Ren Jackson tying it up, 18-18. Ren Jackson to serve. And I can't quite see what is happening on that side of the court, but I know that Brady putting it over with a two-handed set. Tate setting up Craig, who didn't really know what to do with that. Then we have some spins happening here with Grayson with a super spike. Point to Brady. Grayson on that serve. And Tate unable to spike that past the net. Point to Brady. We have Grayson Taylor on the serve. Cade on the receive, receiving it into the ceiling. Point to Brady. And I'm not sure what the holdup here is, but we're going to restart it. Brady on the serve, serving it out of bounds. Point to Wren. Craig Jenkins on the serve. Jump serve into the front row. Brayson's there to save it. Brady putting it over. Wren to Riker, off of the block, but more in of the net. Point to Brady. On the spike there. Point to Wren. We have Riker on the service line. Grayson on the receive, attempting to befuddle the server, befuddling me as well. David spiking it out of bounds. Point to Wren. Riker on the service line. Floater right to Grayson, who didn't quite get that in the ceiling. David on the set. And there was some net touching probably, but it ended up with a point to Wren. 22-22. Riker on the serve. Jeremy on the receive. Jeremy spiking that up to Riker receiving, giving a free ball. Jeremy attempting it again. Spiking it into the line judge, him calling it out. Point to Wren. And that is Brady taking a timeout. Very well deserved. Probably should have taken another one earlier. Riker on the service line. Grayson on the receive, that goes a little bit sideways. Charles to save that, and Jeremy to save that one. We have Cade tapping it over. David setting up Cade there. Going to set again. Jeremy tapping it over for a free ball. Take over to Cade. Cade tapping it over. Jeremy tapping it over. To Tate, to Ben, putting it over the blockers onto the floor. Point to Wren, giving Wren his second set point of the night. Riker on the serve. Charles on the receive. Grayson to Brady. Wren on the receive. Ben setting up. Jeremy Bailey spiking off Riker. Riker putting it into the net. Point to Brady. David Young on the service line. Craig on the dive to get it, but it did not go inbounds. We have deuces here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 24-24. David Young on the service line. Cade on the receive. Wren to Cade. And Brady on this receive, putting it over for a free ball. Cade over, spiking it back to Brady. Grayson spiking it into the block, but Ben's unable to control it. Putting Brady 25-24. David Young back on the service line. Craig on the receive. Wren over to Cade. Brady struggling to get it over, but somehow does. Ren over to Cade, who just puts that over. Charles up to Jeremy, tapping that behind. And then fumbling the ball, awarding Brady his first set of the night. Incredible volleyball with some incredible teams. We'll set these scores and we will check cameras, because I believe that we are about to die pretty quick here. Yeah, I'll be right back, folks. About ready to get started on the third set here with Lewis Reynolds on the service line. Aaron Jackson on the receive, going for a quick, but it goes out of bounds. Attempting to start that off is a ballsy move. Excuse my language. Going to attempt it again, a little bit slower this time, with the same result, going out of bounds. Brady getting confident, Ren getting confident. And with a little bit of intimidation goes a long way. That was a missed serve by Lewis Reynolds. And Tate Jenkins will go to the service line. Brady on the receive. And receiving it up to Ren, blocking it before anyone can do anything about it. Point Ren. Tate Jenkins. Brady on the receive. Charles. Brady from the back row onto the block. Saved by Tate. Charles setting up Brayson. Going way out of bounds. Point to Wren. Tate Jenkins back on the service line. From the front row, Brady giving him a free ball. Ryan Jackson to Cade, tapping it, but Jeremy's ready for it. One-handed set there. That was probably a four contact, but they're not going to talk about that one. Ren Jackson on the sit, on the spike, Lee on the receive. Again, that one definitely on the line. And Lewis making a face there saying otherwise, but it definitely was inbounds. I would know, I'm right there. Point to Ren. Gordon on the receive, serve. Double block off of Brayson. Point to Ren. Tate on the serve. Off of the Tate. With Jeremy Bailey attempting to save it, but going to Ben, killing it. Not really killing it, but you know. Point to Ren. I didn't really see that. Brady attempting a super spike into the net. Point to Ren. Take on the service line. Brady up to Charles. Tough to somebody. Jeremy taking that one. Ren over to Cade, going out of bounds. Point to Brady. 3-7. With the 4-point tail, Jeremy Bailey will go up the service line. Tate to Ren. And there was some battling happening at the front with the two captains. But ending with Ren setting it out of bounds. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. A little bit backwards there. Point, a receive from Landon. Oh, there is some net touch on Ren's side, excuse me. Point to Brady. Bailey on the serve. Going out of bounds. Point to Ren. Cade Taylor. There's a rolled ball going in there. Cade will go to serve. Gordon on the receive. Louis to set. Brady tapping it over. Saved by Ren Jackson. There is a cross on Craig, kicking his opponent there. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the service line. Serving it right into the net. Point to Ren. Ren, Landon on the serve. Brady on the two-handed receive. Gordon up to Brady onto the tape, back onto his side. Point to Ren. Landon on the serve. Jeremy on the receive. Gordon up to Ren Jackson. A little bit overcorrecting on that serve, or on that set, excuse me. Point to Ren. Landon Sanders on the serve. Louis on the receive. Brady saving that, whatever that was. And there is some aggressive net touching on Brady's side. Point to Ren. Brady really needs to slow it down if he wants to keep his cool. We have some setting. A kill from Brady, from Craig. Point to Ren. Ryan Sanders back on the service line. Lewis Reynolds up to Brady to Brayson. Cade, one-handed save. Cade in response to doing another one of his own. Jesse Kingston at the net, attempting to save it, can't do it. Point to Brady. Brayson Taylor on the serve. And attempting a jump serve into the net. Point to Ren. Ren Jackson serving it out of bounds. Point to Brady. 8-14, Brady Jenkins on the serve, going way on the left-hand side. Let's see what he attempts here. Not really something you do as a right-handed server, but whatever floats your boat now. David up to Jeremy. Out of bounds. Point to Ren. Brady off this game tonight, it seems. Craig Jenkins on the serve. Jump serve to out of bounds. Point to Brady. David Young on the serve. Cade on the receive. Ren up to Cade. And that goes along the tape. Really difficult to save that one. Point to Ren. And Jesse Kingston will go to the service line. Nice serve from Kingston. Jared Freeman putting it over. Going up the block. Cade unable to deal with the tape of the net on that one. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the service line. Receive Craig. Ren up to Cade. Double block. Stuffing Cade down onto his side of the court. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the serve. Ryan Sanders on the receive. Ren to Ben, putting it into the tape on his side. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the service line. Jared on the receive. Ren over to tape, but two-handed there. Ren up to tape, setting somebody, definitely not someone on his side. Brayson putting it over. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the service line. Someone received that, but I can't quite see it. Cade spiking off of Gordon's hand, going out of bounds. A point to Ren. Tate on the serve. Gordon on the receive. And Ren just tapping it over the net. Nobody there to, in opposition. Point to Ren. Tate on the serve. Brady on the receive. Charles up to Brayson. Spiking it off of Craig. Scoring a point for Brady. Jeremy Bailey will go to the service line. Landon Sanders running up to defend that. Can't quite get it. Point to Brady. Jeremy on the serve. Craig over the tape. Ren super spiking past the block. Past Brady with the battle of the captains. Ren coming out on top of that. Point to Ren. Kate Taylor on the service line. Jeremy on the two-handed. Jer saving it. Brady putting it over. Craig also putting it over. Charles to Brayson. Spiking it barely on the corner. Point to Brady. And Charles will go to the service line. Landon Sanders on the receive. Ren setting somebody. It could have been Craig, but he wasn't quite there. Brady, point Brady. Charles on the serve. Craig on the receive, two-handed receive. Tay setting up, but Craig on the cover. Can't quite cover two mistakes there. Point to Brady. Brady catching up, closing this gap with a 1-point tail. Charles Jenkins on the serve. Tapping the tape there, or the tape, and Craig. And it coming back with Black unable to save. Point to Wren. Landon Sanders on the serve. Charles on the receive. Gordon up to Brady, who taps that over. Craig on the attack there. Grayson to Brady. Free ball Red. Kate up to Craig, tapping it into the blocks. Jesse unable to save it, but it doesn't matter because I believe that is some net touching. Point to Red. Landon on the serve. Gordon. Brady. Super spike past anybody, unable to oppose. Point to Brady. 19-21. Grayson Taylor on the serve. Messing that one up, but still getting it over. Tate to Ren. Saved by Brayson. Jared tapping it past Ren. Ren setting up to Craig. Saved by Brayson. Brady putting it over, wanting to reset for his team. And it worked because White was not able to get it over the net. Point Brady. Okay, Taylor on the receive. With Jesse unable to tap it back over. Point Brady, tying it up to 21s, I believe. Grayson on the serve. Craig on the receive. Tate up to Ren. Jared saving that, but not knowing where that ball is going. Craig putting it into Brady's block for a reset. Charles saving that one. Tate over to Ren. Saved by Brayson there. Brady up to Jared Freeman, tapping it into the net. Point to Ren. Charles with a two-handed receive. David up to Brady, spiking it out of bounds. 23-21 Ren. I believe that's the right one. And I believe there was a mishap with the ball, but we are back. Ryan Jackson on the serve. Charles on the two-handed receive. David up to Brady. Some mayhem happening on the White side. Brady putting it back over, trying to get that momentum on mayhem. That was a definite. That's not going to happen here. Brady putting it over. Tate up to Craig. Jared Freeman putting it past the blocker as Cade unable to bring it up. Point Brady. Lewis Reynolds coming in for Jared Freeman. Brady Jenkins on the service line. Cade Taylor on receive. Jesse putting it over. David up to Jeremy, putting it over a two-handed set. Jesse putting it out of bounds. Point to Brady. 23s tonight here in West Valley. Brady Jenkins on the service line. What is happening? A rotational fall. Or a timeout. A timeout. I believe that would be a timeout warrant. Back from that little hiatus. Brady Jenkins serve. Landon Sanders on the receive. Jesse putting it out and Tate attempting to save it. Can't quite do that. Point Brady. Brady getting his set point. Jeremy Bailey blocking out Craig there, awarding the set to Brady. 25-23. Got 2 wins for Brady. We are back. They're starting without me here. I'm not sure what was happening there. our bearings here. Nope, looks like I am not sure what this is supposed to be. I am guessing 2-2. Point to Ren. Alright, we are back. Landon on that receive. Take over to Craig. Blocked by Jeremy. Saved by Ben. Tate still putting it over for a free ball. Gordon on that receive. Brayson spiking that over. Ben up to Craig. It's a little bit of mayhem on white side, but also in black. Point to Ren. Kate Taylor on the serve. Brady on the receive. Brady from the back row. Ben. No one out where that was coming, but that was mostly into the net to Tate. Point to Ren. Kate on the serve. Serving out of bounds. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. Going out of bounds. Point to Ren. There is some substitutions happening. We go back to Landon on the serve. Calling a double contact on Lewis. Points to Ren. Sanders on the service line. Lewis on the receive. We have a monster block on Ren Jackson. Point to Ren. Lewis Reynolds on the receive. Charles setting his own, setting someone else. A little bit of mayhem. Ren Jackson on that spike. Lewis unable to defend that. Point to Ren. Landon on the serve. Jeremy on the receive. Free ball for Ren. Take over to Craig. Going out of bounds. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the service line. Craig on the receive. Mayhem happening on black, but they're able to get it over. We have a crossing on Ren Jackson. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the serve, but the refs are discussing. Craig on the receive. Tate back to Craig. Touch from Brady. Going out of bounds. Point to Ren. The ball back to Ren Jackson on the service line. Jump serve. Jeremy Bailey on the receive. Brady spiking into the blocks. Jeremy on the receive on that one. Brady tapping it over with double contact from somebody over there. Point Brady. Grayson Taylor on their serve. Kay Taylor unable to pick it up. Point Brady. Grayson Taylor on that serve. Landon giving a free ball. And then someone giving Ren a free ball. Ren spiking it. off of somebody on the back row. Point Ren. Brady calling subs. David or Gordon. We have Craig Jenkins on the service line. Hurting his knee apparently, not able to do a jump serve. Brady attempting to hit off of a block is unsuccessful. Point to Ren. Craig Jenkins on the service line. Brady on the receive. David setting up. A foot save from Landon. Incredible. And we have that save going unresolved to a point because Lewis putting it over on somebody on white team. Point Brady. Brady Jenkins on the serve. Going out of bounds. That is a point to Ren Jackson. Riker Jackson on the service line. Doing a Navy serve into the tape. Going over. Ren Jackson over to tape. Ben tapping over. Brady able to save the first one. Unable to save the second one. Point to Ren. Riker Jackson on the service line. Brady on this receive. Going past the blockers into a receiver, but directly to the floor. Point Brady. David Young on the service line. Craig on the receive. Ben up to Cade, tapping it. Attempting to tap it over the net, but doesn't go on the right side. Point Brady. David Young on the service line. Cade on the two-handed receive, but going behind him. Point Brady. David Young on the service line. So serving it into the net, that will be a point to Ren. Tate on the service line. Charles not quite able to set Jeremy there, putting over by Ren Jackson. Point Ren. Tate on the service line. Brady on the receive. Charles up to Jeremy. He can't quite get it over the tape. That will be a point for Ren. We have Tate back in the service line. Serving into the front row. Charles setting up Ben Peterson, who easily puts that onto the court. Point Ren. And they are attempting to challenge, but not going to challenge, whether or not that was reaching. Charles, Brady from the back row. Ben is doing double blocks on Brady here. And they're attempting to reset, but putting it out of bounds. Point Ren. Brady attempting to break some momentum is unsuccessful. Cade off of the block. Ren to Ben Peterson. We have David on that receive. Free ball for Ren. Tate to Ren Jackson. Putting it over. Brady unable to save that one. Point Ren. Tate Jenkins back on the service line for his, that's gotta be like 7 points at this point. But we spoke too soon. Put it into the net. Point Brady. Jared Freeman on the service line. Landon Sanders on the receive, setting up the other team, and then putting it on the court on the other side. Point to Brady. landed on the receive. Ben Peterson tapping it over the blocks and into a pocket where no receiver would go. Point to Wren. Cade on the serve. Gordon with a two-handed receive. Grayson doing something that allowed Brent to block that back on his side. Gordon on a two-handed receive. Landing on that receive and Brent spiking over Ben Peterson. Brady from back row. Craig on that side. And Brady receive. Craig to Brayson. Going out of bounds. Point to Wren. 23-13, Wren. Cade Taylor putting it out of bounds. Point to Brady. Jeremy Bailey on the serve. Landon Sanders on the receive. Wren to Craig. Putting that over. Jared unable to do a jumping receive. Point Wren. And Wren is at a set point. It looks like we are going to go to the 5th set tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Landon on the serve. Brady to Grayson. Going out of bounds, awarding Wren his 2nd set of the night. We are going to the 5th set tonight. We will reset this score in a moment. And we are back. There's Reynolds on the service line. And we have a quick set from Tate to Ren Jackson, killing it on the first point. Tate Jenkins to serve. Serving it into the net there. Point Brady. Jeremy Bailey to serve. Floater right to that row. Tate to Ren. Blocked by Brady onto Ren's side. Point Brady. Jeremy to serve. Tate on the receive. Tate up Cade doing another quick up to Ren, with Brady unable to see what is going on here. 2-2 to Ren. Cade Taylor on the service line. Lewis putting it down there. That is that would be a reverse lift, folks. Point Ren. Cade Taylor on the serve. Charles to Brady, jousting with two different people at the same time. Gordon putting it over. Hand attempting to block. Ren putting it into Brady's block. Craig going, putting over his 2 on the set. We have Brady with a super spike past 2 blockers on Ren's side of the court. Point Brady. Charles Jenkins on the service line. Landed on the receive. Ren stacking it up with them not knowing what to do with it. Point Brady.
Come on, Brady, let's go.
Charles Jenkins on the serve. Okay, Taylor on the receive. Tate putting it over. Brady to Gordon to Brayson, tapping it over. And we have a monster block from Brayson. Might have been a little bit weak for a monster block, but a block is a block here. Point. Well, a point is a point for Brady. Charles Jenkins on serve. Dashing floater there. Cade to Brady to Gordon, who attempted a spike, but it was a spike is a spike here. Point to Brady. Ren Jackson taking a timeout here. 6-3, Brady Jenkins to serve. And we are back, folks. Charles Jenkins on the service line. Having it go out of bounds. Point to Brady. Charles Jenkins on the serve. This goes on a 2-hand receive. Ren tapping it over. Jeremy to Brady. Brayson putting it way out of bounds there. Point to Ren. Brady on the receive, Gordon. But Brady into the tape. Point to Ren. Landon Sanders on serve. Lewis on the receive. Tape to Craig. Craig puts it into the ceiling. Point Brady. And we're going to swap some sides here as we get to the 8th point. Grayson on the serve. Cade on the receive. Tate over to Riker. Goes to Charles. And Brayson is unable to save it. Hits the basketball hoop though. Point Ren. Jackson on the service line. Putting into the back row. Jeremy Bailey unable to receive. Service ace to Ren.
Grayson, regroup, you guys, regroup.
Let's go, Black.
Ren Jackson on the service line.
You can do it, regroup.
Again, unable to receive it. See going into the ceiling. Going to Ren. 8-8, tying it up.
Let's go, Black. Come on.
Ren Jackson on the service line. Jeremy able to clean up his act there. Brady putting it over. Ren to Riker, unable to get a hit in. Point to Brady.
Let's go,
Brady
baby.
Jenkins, a serve. Ren Jackson on the receive. Craig. Over to Tate. Brady on the receive there. Riker putting it over in front of the blocker. Point to Ren, tying it up once again. Craig Jenkins on the service line. Going to do another standing serve. Not wanting to mess up his knee there, it looks like. Jeremy Bailey attempting to tap it over, but getting shut down by Riker. And Ben Pierce, not Ben, Tate probably. Point Red. And that's a timeout for Black. We're back with Craig on the service line.
Come on, Black.
Charles on the receive. Somebody said that. Jeremy over to Landon. And Tate putting it into the ceiling. Point to Brady. It is a close game, 10-10. We only have 5 points left, and this could go into over. Somebody's on the service line. I see. David Young. Landon Sanders on the receive. Ren to Cade. Charles to Jeremy giving a free ball. Riker spiking that over. Jeremy spiking into the block there. Tate setting it over. Jeremy ready for it. Free ball, Ren. Tate over to Cade. Into the block. Unable to get that. It goes to the floor. Point to Brady. Crowd is going wild tonight here at West Valley. David Young on the serve. Landon on the receive. Ren to Cade. Charles to Jared, putting it over the blocks. Ren to Tate, who didn't know what to do with that other than do a two-handed set to the back line where nobody was. That is a point to Ren. We'll have Riker Jackson on the service line. And that is a second timeout for Brady.
Offense on 4 points tight.
We are back with Riker on the service line. Grayson with a two-handed receive goes behind him. That was some incredible blocks by Ben Peterson. Knowing where the free ball was going, he puts it back down onto their court. Point to Ren. Riker on the serve. Charles on the set and Jared on the free ball. that would be Ben Peterson on the kill. Point to Ren. Liker on the serve. Grayson on the receive. Jeremy putting it high this time, making sure Ben can't block that. Ben spiking it over, received by David. Ren to Tate, spiking it into the net there. Point to Brady. Jared Freeman on the serve. Goes out of bounds. Ren sitting at match point here. I don't know whose timeout that was, because they definitely, unless that was White's timeout, I don't think that Black had a timeout to give. But we're going to go with it anyway. Tate Jenkins on the serve. And will this result in a point? We will see. Grayson going through the blocks onto Ren's court. Point to Brady. Brady really needs this to go in order to save this match. Jeremy to the serve. Grayson on the block there. Cade up to Ren. Someone blocking or receiving that. Grayson blocking on Ben, tooling off of the block on underneath the net there. Point Brady. Deuces for real this time. 14-14. Jeremy Bailey serving out of bounds. Point to Ren. Cade Taylor on the Jeremy Bailey on the receive. Charles to Brady. Tapping it. There's so much happening here. Gordon putting it into the ceiling. Ren getting a point on Brady. Defeating the undefeated. Ren Jackson takes this match in a well-deserved win tonight. 16-14. Ren Jackson. And there's some celebrating happening here. We are going to end this stream so we can move on to the next game here. Thank you all for watching. Let me put this up here, and we will get the next game going.